Good Saturday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and it is once again time. You know what it's time for. What every cruiser wants. And yep, I've got some more cruise comments for you this week. I've got rudeness. I've got entitlement. I've got people demanding gimme, gimme, gimme. We got it all. Plenty of people, well, if they don't like it and it's not the way they want it, well, who cares about what anybody else thinks? Who cares about way things are done? It's only about me. So let's get into today's comment. First up, we're going to talk about being on time. Now, it's the polite thing to do to be on time, but when it comes to cruising, it's even more than politeness. Because, for an example, if you're not on time to get back on the ship at a cruise port, well, there's a chance the cruise ship's going to leave you. But there's people out there that, well, they don't think that should be the case. I agree with the OP. Saying the passengers should have been on time is insensitive. They were left in Africa. How would you like it if it happened to you or your family? You should apologize. Let's see what you have to say about being on time for dinner. DH and I have found it easier to be 15 minutes late. Maybe 10, but that's normally not enough when it comes to dinner in the MDR on our cruises. From my experience, if the dinner is advertised at 6 p.m., then that's when the doors open and you end up with crowds beforehand waiting, then rushing into the MDR. If I show up 10 to 15 minutes late, there is no crowd to be seated. The rush is over, and I still get the full meal. If we are at a table with others, they may give us a dirty glare, but who cares? What is your response to this question? So first, an apology is apparently needed for saying cruise passengers should be back to the cruise ship on time. It's not like the cruise ships say, all aboard is this time. They announce it. They advertise it. They post it. They tell you. They suggest you take a cruise ship excursion. That way you are guaranteed to get back to the ship before it departs. But if it doesn't happen and you don't make it back to the ship and you get left, you are owed an apology for not being on time. When did that become a thing? Then they go on to talk about showing up late in the MDR. Now look, I get some of what they're saying. Yep, there usually is a crowd at the doors waiting to get inside the MDR when it opens up. They're ready to eat. They're ready for the dinner. Now most of the time, that crowd moves pretty quick. They're pretty fast at getting you to a table and get you going. But I could see you saying, hey, let's just hang back for a couple minutes, let the crowd get down, and then we'll be able to walk right in. I get all that. I understand all of that. And if that was solely the case, I would be okay. But of course they have to throw in there, well, if we're sitting with others and they give us that glare for showing up late, who cares what they think? Because it's all about me. To think that you are owed an apology for saying people should be back on time to the ship, for saying who cares what others think about me being late, to me, that is a sense of entitlement that honestly, we just don't need on cruise ships. I'm sick and tired of this me attitude, but what do you guys think? Are people owed an apology for being late to the ship? Should you not care if you're late for something and you get dirty glares? Are these people right or are these people wrong? Now, having group activities on a cruise ship is a wonderful idea. Whether it's a family reunion, a high school reunion, it's a meet and greet, organized group cruise. Cruises are perfect for that. You can come on, you can still have gatherings together, you can do stuff together, you can still do your own thing. And a cruise vacation, well, it's a cruise vacation. What is not to love about a cruise vacation? But look, if you're planning some type of group activity where you're going to have people coming together and you want to provide something for these people, it is your responsibility to provide it. How many times have we seen comments that say, why won't you give me 50 door prizes? Why can't I have a section of the ship sectioned off and blocked off from everybody else just from my group? Why is the cruise lines not providing me with everything I could possibly want and provide it to me for free? Well, we have another comment asking the same question. I am assisting with the meet and mingle on our Pride repost sailing. Will Carnival provide "Hello, my name is" name badges? I will need 250. It was suggested by one of our charter members that these kind of badges should be available on every cruise for people who want to wear them. It could be a way of being recognized as somebody who wishes to other passengers. I think many people would like to do this, especially if they are shy. And would Carnival provide these free of charge? There you go. Why will Carnival not provide me 250 "Hello, my name is" badges? If you get on the ship knowing you need 250 of these name badges, why do you not have them with you? Why have you not already arranged that? Why did you not pre-purchase them? Why are you reaching out going, "Oh, Carnival, I want to do this. Why will you not give me these for free? Give me these for free." As a matter of fact, you should have these on every ship for every person, because you never know who might want one, and they should be free because many people want this. I think this would be a very popular thing. Just like wanting 50 door prizes, just like wanting anything else for your group for free for cruise lines that they do not already provide, you get this stuff ahead of time. Buy it yourself, be prepared, stop expecting others to do it for you. Are you one of the many people that would like to do this? Would you like to get on a cruise ship and have a "Hello, my name is" badge to wear around to let other passengers know who you are? And do you think it's the cruise line's responsibility to provide them for you? And finally, immigration rules in other countries. We've talked about this one before. We've had exact comments like this come up before because Americans just can't seem to understand that the immigration rules in other countries are their rules. If you want to visit there, you follow their rules. If you want to go to these places, you follow their rules. Going, "I'm an American, and that's not how we do it in America," is not going to get you out of the requirement. I just cannot grasp why people do not understand this. And then they kind of just make up some information to try to validate their argument. And this comment, well, it's in another example of exactly that. I just read your reply about having to hand over our passports for our TA cruise on Glory. What reason would they have for doing this? I am Diamond. I have never surrendered my passport to anyone other than the immigration customs people at airports for the few minutes they need to check it over. Americans will refuse to surrender their passports. No other cruise line requires this. America is a free country, and we are told to never hand over our passports. How can you justify taking them and throwing the passports into an unlocked drawer? This is unacceptable. Now, to clarify, this particular cruise is going to Spain. Spain requires that the passports are collected and they check them all at once. Spain is not the only country that has this requirement. This also happens in other countries like Ireland. If you have been on one of those cruises and you plan to go on one of those cruises, understand, they're going to take your passport. They're going to collect it up. Are they thrown into an unlocked drawer for anybody to go through? Obviously not. And while I understand some people may not be familiar with the way it's done, I understand that they may be a little bit, cautious in handing over their passport. I get that. It's the rules if you want to go to these countries. Remember, their country, their rules, you follow or you don't go. That is your only options. To go, "America is free." Really? These other countries are not free? They don't have freedom in other countries? Only America has freedom? No other cruise line requires it. Guess what? Every cruise line that is subject to their immigration policies must follow them. It's not just a cruise line. It's not the cruise line's choice. The cruise line doesn't go, "Hey, let's collect all their passports. It'll be easier for us." No, it is a country requirement. How are people so dim that they cannot understand that? But of course, we have our all-time favorite in any comment. I am Diamond. And as an American that has freedom, Americans will refuse to do this. Well, again, you will be refused entry into that particular country. Sometimes these people, they just honestly make me laugh that they think the entire world revolves around what we do here in the United States. That if it's done a certain way here, that it must be done that way everywhere, because as Americans, that's how we want it done. Hate to burst your bubble, but that is not the fact, and the rest of the world does not care what you think about their immigration policies, because either you will follow them or you will not visit. Period. But what do you guys think? Will Americans refuse to surrender their passports? I mean, keeping in mind that Americans visit these countries all of the time on cruise ships and regularly turn over their passports to immigration like they are expected to do. So I'm thinking not all Americans are obviously going to refuse to do this, but will Americans refuse to do this? Is this absolutely unacceptable? And is it justified that the cruise lines follow the immigration policies of other countries? And that's going to be our comments this week for what every cruiser wants. You guys let me know in the comments. Are these people right? Are these people wrong? Are these people speaking for you? But I do want to leave you with one final thought, because all types of different people go on cruises. Cruises are enjoyed by millions and millions of people from around the world. And it is only a few people that get on board these ships and act the way these people act in these comments. And you just know that they probably act this way on the ship too. So I wanted to leave you with this picture right here, because I truly think this really sums up what cruising is all about. I think this really sums up that if you get on a cruise ship and act like an entitled, spoiled, demanding brat, that this is how you will be perceived. But I hope everyone out there has enjoyed today's video, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.